Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. I am jazzed to have you here. I don't know why I did it like that, but I did kind of like the jazz hands a little bit. So hope you made that visual. If not, just know that all these podcast episodes are available on YouTube. The YouTube channel is like Amplified Impact or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but all the videos are there, so you can see my smiling face as I'm talking, if you guys are ever interested. But let's talk about how to scale a real estate portfolio in 6 simple steps. Like, here are the 6 things that you need to do every single week if you want to scale a real estate portfolio. Okay, if you're not interested in real estate and building a portfolio, that's cool. This is still helpful to think through regardless of what you're doing. If you're a W-2 worker or an entrepreneur with like a direct-to-consumer soap brand, let's say, this is still going to be helpful. And I'll explain exactly why. So every single week, if you want to scale a portfolio, and this is exactly how we scaled to 70 million in 3 years. This is what we did every single week. We pinged the top 10 brokers in our market every single week with a message, an email, a text, and just said, hey, what you seeing? Keeping our fingers on the pulse, letting them know that we're alive and staying in front of them constantly, because real estate is a relationship game and it's all about timing sometimes. Like, sometimes a broker is literally just leaving a conversation with a seller and you might catch them at the perfect moment where they're walking out the door and they go, oh, you know what? Let me just go back actually and talk to him and see. Like, this might be a really easy transaction to get done. We don't have to do all the marketing and everything like that. So you can swoop a deal just by being present and being there at the right moment. So ping the top 10 brokers in your market every single week. Number 2, spend 1 hour consuming market data every single week. You need to be a master of your market. You need to know what's happening in your market every single week, what's happening, legislation, local grassroots movements. You just have to know everything about your market, because things shift really quickly. And I'm not just talking macroeconomics, I'm talking microeconomics on a neighborhood level. Pay attention and have your finger on that pulse. Number 3, attend one local meetup every single week. I think it's important to put your face out there, see people in your neighborhood, in your market. And this doesn't have to just be real estate. You could go to a neighborhood meetup and, as a landlord, be present and be, somebody that people can talk to and engage with. Like, it puts a face to a name rather than just making you this slummy landlord that nobody knows about. So go to local meetups, go meet people, even if that's like going to real estate meetups and meeting wholesalers and single family fix and flippers. You just never know which relationships are going to bear fruit in the future. And so regardless of what business you're doing, if it's, again, you're selling soap or you're selling real estate, the first thing that you always have to overcome is obscurity. Like, your customers have to become aware that you are out there and you have a product that can serve them before they can ever do business with you. So get out there and attend one local meetup every single week. Next is underwrite 5 deals every week. That's 1 deal a day. Doesn't have to even be a good deal. Doesn't have to do anything, but you need to be keeping your pencil really sharp. You need to stay on top of local trends in terms of what's happening with rent and cap rates, expenses. Like, you need to see a lot of deals to keep your radar open to what is a good deal. And so you need to stay in the habit of underwriting a ton of deals, because the ratio is something like, for every 100 deals you look at, you're probably only going to close 1. So that's a lot of deals that you gotta go through before you get to that one that's worth seeing. Now, this one's harder. It's going to depend on your location and deal flow, but you should strive to do 3 property tours every single week. So putting boots on the ground, actually seeing the building, talking to the brokers, putting in the FaceTime, like a lot of benefit can come from actually seeing the property, even if it's one that you don't anticipate putting in an offer on. Just, again, becoming a master of your market, meeting people. Like, sometimes the seller is there, and the sellers are great relationships to have, because if they own one building, the chances are they might own 2, and you can maybe buy that one from them in the future if this one doesn't work out. And then finally, you should be submitting 1 offer every single week. That gives you about 52 offers every single year. And, I would expect maybe you get 5% of those accepted. So that's a really low number, right? Like, that's about 3 deals a year that you could get done at that ratio if you're putting in 1 offer every single week. But if you do this, if you put in your 1 offer, you 2 or 3 properties, you underwrite 5 deals, you attend 1 local meetup, you do 1 hour of market research every week, and you ping the top 10 brokers in your market, you're going to be able to scale exceptionally fast. Truly, it's going to be bonkers. You're going to have more deal flow than you know what to do with. Now, okay, so what does this have to do with people who are maybe not interested in real estate so much? Well, same thing, right? Spend 1 hour every single week researching your market, your industry. What are your competitors doing? Maybe publish one long form piece of content every single week to help overcome obscurity and establish authority. Maybe you attend one conference, one event, one chamber of commerce. Maybe you call 10 contacts for referrals or reach out to 10 customers to get reviews and testimonials. Maybe you prepare a pitch. Maybe you design one new product. Maybe you launch one new product. So maybe you make one limited time offer to your email newsletter. Like, it doesn't really matter what the 5-6 things are that you do each week. But what you do need to do is you need to identify what are your key money-making activities, your MMAs or your KPIs, your key performance indicators that you need to execute every single week. And if that you do those things, eventually they will lead you to your goal. That's what you need to get crystal clear on. And then if you tackle those things, you're going to have more growth than you know how to handle. So hope that was helpful, guys. I hope this gave you a new framework. I want you to go home, do your homework now, sit down and figure out what are those 5 or 6 things that I need to be doing every single week that will lead me to my desired end state. And then let me know what those are. I'd love to hear from you guys. Share it on Twitter. I think that's probably the best place to do this. Just go shoot me a DM or make a tweet and then share it with me. Let me know, what are your KPIs or your money-making activities that you're going to be tackling to explode your portfolio or your company with growth. So I hope this brought you some value, guys. I appreciate you being here. As always, stay hyper-focused, my friend. I'll see you in the next episode.